In the city of Citium in Cyprus around 300 BC, there lived an incredibly wealthy merchant named Zeno. During a voyage from Phoenicia to Piraeus, his ship was wrecked and all of his cargo disappeared beneath the sea. Because of a single event, one completely outside his control, this prosperous man lost everything in an instant. Imagine you were Zeno. How would you respond if your life's work vanished overnight due to the raw force of nature? What would be the right reaction? Anger? Despair? A sense of injustice? For most of us, those feelings would be natural, but not for Zeno, the founder of Stoicism. A small shift can echo through eternity. One subtle change in perspective can trigger profound transformations later in life. At its core, Stoicism is about acceptance and inner steadiness. After studying the teachings of Socrates and other great thinkers, Zeno developed and began teaching Stoic philosophy. He believed that while we have little control over what happens to us, we have complete control over how we respond. And that response is our true power. Instead of mourning his lost fortune, Zeno focused on preserving his composure. He remained calm and balanced, despite his circumstances. Today, Stoics are often seen as unbreakable individuals, people who never feel anger, fear, or anxiety. But the original meaning of Stoicism runs much deeper. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions. It is a framework for understanding the world and choosing how to live within it. It is a philosophy of life that has endured for centuries. The principles of Stoicism apply today just as effectively as they did thousands of years ago. Stoicism teaches us to process negative emotions and transform them into thoughtful reflections that shape our perspective. Perspective is everything. Each person carries unique experiences and therefore a unique way of seeing the world. The early Stoics gathered and taught philosophy in public spaces. Their teachings were open to everyone. They believed Stoic principles could benefit all people, so they refused to hide them behind palace walls or private institutions. As a result, both slaves and emperors could become Stoics, and they did. Among the most notable Stoics were Epictetus, whose name means acquired because he had once been enslaved, Seneca, a respected statesman, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of the most powerful men of his time. The early Stoics practiced what they taught. They rejected division and fought against inequality. They even coined the word cosmopolitan, meaning citizen of the world. Today, we associate that word with cities like New York, Toronto, Dubai, or London because of their diversity. That sense of unity and shared humanity was exactly what the Stoics encouraged. At the time Stoicism was founded, women were not permitted to study philosophy. The Stoics strongly disagreed. Musonius Rufus, the teacher of Epictetus, argued that women possessed the same natural inclination toward virtue as men. If philosophy teaches us how to live well, then why should it be reserved only for men? Even when it was unpopular, Stoicism allowed women to study and practice philosophy freely. Why do so many people adopt Stoicism? In a world filled with sudden changes and uncertainty, our emotions often cloud our judgment. We don't become upset simply because bad things happen. We become upset because unexpected bad things happen. Rain, for example, is beneficial. It nourishes crops, supports livestock, and cools the air. Yet when a dark cloud catches you outside without an umbrella, it feels unpleasant. Why don't we break down every time it rains? Because we expect it. We understand that weather is beyond our control. The rain passes. The sun returns. Stoicism teaches us to approach life the same way. Expect that difficulties will come and be mentally prepared for them. One Stoic exercise is called voluntary discomfort. Its purpose is to build gratitude and resilience. Sleeping on the floor, taking cold showers instead of hot ones, eating simple meals for a few days. These practices remind us that we can endure far more than we think. By willingly stepping into discomfort, we train our minds for future hardships. In today's world, advertisements constantly tell us that without the newest product, a certain appearance, or a specific income, we can never be happy. That is why the Stoic message is more important than ever. We enter life knowing nothing. We grow up learning from family, school, and personal observation. But these sources often contradict each other. Must we internalize all of it? If we do, we risk building unrealistic expectations that leave us disappointed. Instead, We should improve ourselves for our own sake. Act from internal reasons, not external validation. When we tie our actions to outside outcomes, disappointment almost always follows. Why external sources of happiness fail? We often attempt to fill an inner void with external things, expensive cars, large homes, even relationships, motivated by status rather than substance. Stoicism reminds us that if our happiness depends on external forces, we place it in unstable hands. Cars break down. Natural disasters destroy cities. Marriages sometimes end. Even free possessions occupy space, physically and mentally. As Seneca wrote, learning to live with less creates room for what truly matters. Our happiness should rest on our intrinsic worth, not on what we own. We must strive to maintain a steady mind, regardless of what life brings. We do not control most events in life, but we fully control how we respond. The dichotomy of control. This is the dichotomy of control, the central principle of Stoicism. Epictetus taught that our main task in life is to clearly distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. We should measure our worth by what we can influence, not by what we cannot. Pursuing goals is admirable. Breaking down when outcomes differ from our expectations is not helpful. Creating YouTube videos may not compare to ruling an empire, but it can still be challenging. You brainstorm ideas, conduct research, write scripts, film, edit, design thumbnails. All of that is within your control. But the moment you click upload, control shifts to the algorithm. Many judge their success by views and followers, metrics largely outside their control. Stoicism teaches us to measure success by effort, not outcome. Trust the process. Living with less means freeing yourself from the societal chains you've unknowingly accepted. Consider someone who has worked hard for 6 months and expects a promotion. When it doesn't come, he assumes he's inadequate. He doesn't consider that circumstances beyond his knowledge may have influenced the decision. If he valued himself based on the quality of his work rather than the outcome, he would remain steadier. With the right perspective, a goal isn't destroyed, only delayed. The 4 cardinal virtues. Stoicism rests on 4 main virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Wisdom is the ability to distinguish between what is internal and external, and to consciously choose our response. Courage can be summarized in 2 words: persist and resist. Temperance means moderation, doing more with less. Justice, the highest virtue, reminds us that we are born to serve one another, not harm each other. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years imprisoned for opposing apartheid. When he was eventually released and became president of South Africa, many expected revenge, but he chose reconciliation instead. While in prison, Mandela studied the works of Marcus Aurelius and embraced Stoic principles. Rather than seeking punishment, he encouraged unity and rebuilding. The past was beyond control, the future was not. That is the Stoic way. Stoicism in modern psychology. Today, Stoicism forms the foundation of therapies such as rational emotive behavior therapy, REBT, and logotherapy. REBT helps individuals identify and challenge irrational thought patterns. Logotherapy emphasizes the Stoic belief that human beings are driven by meaning. Even in the darkest moments, we can find purpose, and through purpose, peace. Change is a process. We must reshape the way we think. To resolve our struggles with happiness, we must anchor our sense of worth in what we control. Stoicism guides us through life's storms toward calmer waters. And if our ship sinks once more, we can take comfort in knowing we lived well, even if not as long as we wished. Because remember, everything comes to an end.